All right, guys, thanks for checking in. Hey, this video is on two little knives. They're both identical, just different color, hardware, blade, different color, and they're actually modified. And I'll go over that with you guys here in a little bit. But this knives, I should say, is made by Civivi. And the name of the knife itself is Ki-V, Ki/V. And they're based off a Kuradashi design, which is basically like a utility blade or wood carver blade that the Japanese use. In fact, I got a little story to tell about that. It's actually the designer of this blade is Ostap Hell, I believe you pronounce his name. And he's done some other knives similar to this with different manufacturers, but this is his with Civivi. And the reason why I purchased this knife, because I'm into small knives. Okay, I got big knives, medium knives, little knives, but I find myself always using a small knife every day. I carry one in my pocket. I got kids, I cook dinners, you know, and you're always looking for something to cut off the plastic or cut some cardboard and whatnot. So I don't need the big folders in my pocket. So I saw this coming out and I'm like, man, I want one of these. And I actually bought two to make this one, okay? I'm a big fan of the G10 natural jade look and the black hardware and blade itself, right? But for me to do that, I needed to buy this one. This one came in all black. I should have some pictures that I'll add what they look like without this modification. I should have probably started some video when I took them apart, but I didn't. So very easy to take apart. I'm serious. It took like 5 minutes, okay? One tip is that these screws, this one, and these two in the back, so these four are different sizes. So when you take them apart, just make sure you kind of put the screws in proximity of how they go back in, okay? But starting off, a little history lesson. I'm half Japanese, and my uncle was actually a wood carver and a fisherman in Okinawa, Japan. And I remember seeing these kind of blades, you know, which are just total flat. Okay, if you look at a real, I guess, Asian-made Kuradashi, they're, you know, very similar to this. So they're very good at, you know, carving, cuts, so forth. However, they're a single bevel blade. Okay, this is a flat blade, which I think for our everyday use, and especially this knife being a non-locking knife, it's a double D10 slip joint. Yeah, they made it this way, okay? So you get that slicing ability versus maybe this single bevel blade, which helps you carve and so forth, which they carve little wooden statues like this. Okay, this was actually made by, you know, a machine, but I just thought it was cool. Got it while I was last trip in Okinawa. So long story short, yeah, I was like, man, this is kind of cool. Again, I'm a sucker for small knives, right? And especially if they're done well and they look righteous, and especially with a pocket clip. That is awesome, okay? So this guy is small. These are both the same knife, right? But this originally had the black blade and the black hardware, black liners, black standoffs. So basically what I did was I just swapped everything over. And I even think that this is pretty impressive, being the black G10 with this stone finish. I mean, I even like the hardware, the pocket clip. I mean, everything matches well. So yeah, again, I bought both because I think they're pretty cool knives. I'd give one to my son and then keep what I originally wanted to have, which is the natural jade G10 with this style of knife. So stay tuned. I have some comparisons, thoughts, and so forth, along with, you know, the ingredients and sizes and all that goofy stuff. So stay tuned. Okay, starting off, you get a nice box. Civivi's boxes are decent, right? You know? And then what I think is cool is you get a zip pouch. I think all the Civivis come this way. I got a couple other Civivis, but you know, you get a couple cool stickers, right? Stick where you think it's cool, and then, you know, a little wipe rag and some info there. So that's nice, okay? This blade I think retails out for like $53, but it's for $45 wherever you look. And yeah, I was like, 45 bucks, I gotta buy two, you know, all right, that's fine. And plus, like I said, I'll give this one to my son. He'll really enjoy it. He doesn't even know I bought these. So, but as in for the size, I mean, the overall length is 3.94 inches, right? The blade is only 1.55 inches. And, you know, it's not super steel, but it is 9CR18 MOV, very easy to sharpen. And especially for, you know, what I'm going to use it for, like I said earlier, I don't need something super. Flat grind, you know. The closed length is 2.39 inches. So she's tiny, okay? Pocket clip, very cool. I mean, it's the right size, you know. It actually helps you grab onto something when you flick it, okay? Again, it's not a locking knife, so the flipping factor is pretty cool. Out of the box, a little stiff. I think with me taking it apart and then throwing a little lube in there, you know, made the washers, the ball bearing washers roll a little bit better. Very easy to close, okay? The weight, that's key. You know, it's 1.4 ounces. I like lightweight knives, okay? I mean, you know, there's a factor why you're spending that money for something this small. I mean, 45 bucks, okay? So, along with that, I have some comparisons, I guess, for small knives, you know? I got the Hogue Micro Incursion OTF. You know, she's actually a hair longer than, you know, the Ki-V. Along with that, you know, the old Launch 4. Can't get rid of this thing. This thing is bulletproof, but as you can see, standing next to it. Okay. The knife that I have the most that kind of would be its twinsies is the Spyderco Ladybug with the glow in the dark handles. Okay. I love this little knife. It's great. So it's about the same size, right? Blade length, very similar, but different. And as you can see, I'm trying to just get that, you know, the handle length on the Spyderco is obviously a little bit longer, and it's a locking blade, okay? I guess the other one here would be the old Bic lighter. So if you know what the standard size Bic lighter would be in your pocket, you can definitely see there's a difference. Yeah, the Ki-V is still smaller. All right. I don't normally buy non-locking knives. This one here is my everyday carry, and you can tell the reason why I bought the Ki-V and wanted the Natural G10 and the black blade. It's like his little brother, right? I mean, the whole thing fits inside the handle of the Benchmade bug out, standard size, and some room to go. But yeah, you know, I carry this all the time, but you know, I'm thinking, hey, there's times where I just want to carry this little guy, right? The only other slip joint that I own is this this guy right here, the Real Steel with the Natural G10. As you can see, I'm kind of a guy on that. So, but yeah, I'm just letting you know, this little guy flicks easy. You have to work it a little bit. I've tried it already for like little cuts. Again, this thing is not hardcore. But if you're into picking up like smaller knives, you know, something you can change out every now and then that will get the job done versus your normal, yeah, this is a good choice. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you. If you got any other questions on this, please leave it in the comments, and hope you have a great day.